I'm Howard Rosenberg, the director of the St. James Court Art Show, and I want to welcome everybody here today. First of all, I want to thank Mayor Fisher, Councilman James, and the artist, Kenneth K.O. Lewis, for being here today. Also want to thank the press for coming out, the media. I want to thank the neighbors and thank everyone who worked so hard to make the art show happen. I want to thank Karen Clayton, the assistant director of the art show, who helped. I also want to thank the previous directors. When this art show started in 1957, Malcolm Bird headed it up, but there have been a number of directors since then, and they have helped grow this show into one of the top 10 ranked art shows in the United States. Also want to thank our marketing team, Lauren Hendricks and David Nichols from A&H Marketing, for helping put this event together today. This is the 62nd annual St. James Court Art Show. And I doubt that anyone envisioned that this show would have grown to what it has become when it started in 1957. You know, the first art print was created in 1981 by Mark Bird, who's with us today over there under a tree, and Sonny Whittle. And I happen to have every one of them, so I've run out of wall space. But the first print created in 1981, there's been an art print every year since. And if you see them and look at them, they are truly one-of-a-kind pieces of art. Well, you're not here to listen to me today. You're here for us to unveil the art print. So it's my great pleasure to introduce the artist who created this year's art print, who's going to introduce himself, tell us a little bit about himself, the inspiration for this print, and then unveil it. Kenneth K.O. Lewis, please.
Thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to the St. James Art Show Court, first of all, for giving me this opportunity to create a piece of artwork for such a prestigious event. It truly is an honor. I am from Louisville, Kentucky, so I truly understand the importance of this show to the city. I also went to school, high school, right down the street at Manual High School. So I had an opportunity to come and visit and see the artwork, and it really instilled the inspiration for me to continue to create and see where my artwork could take me. My specific inspiration behind this piece was merely focused on trying to represent the area, such as Old Louisville and its prestige, and represent the show itself, the St. James Court, and its grand nature. And also represent the time of the year that it takes place in the fall and those beautiful colors that you get with these trees and this neighborhood. So without taking a whole lot of time and saying too much more, I would love to have the opportunity to show you what I created. Thank you.
You have anything else you want to say? All right. Isn't that a wonderful art print? Incredible. It is now my great pleasure to introduce a good friend of mine who, knowing that I'm a University of Kentucky fan, had to wear a University of Louisville shirt just to get my goat. But anyway, I'd like to introduce Council President, Metro Council President, and 6th District Councilman David James.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say thank you for coming out today. KO, that's a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. And Howard, I just want to let you know that Manual High School is right next to the University of Louisville, by the way. Anyways, in case you didn't know. So we're really happy to have the 62nd St. James Art Show again here in Old Louisville. And I just want to talk to you about what that really means. What that really means is that in 1957, some people got together to have an art show. And when they started out, they were just hanging prints on clotheslines. And they were trying to raise money for their neighborhood association. And then, all these years later, we have 300,000 people that come right here to Old Louisville to see some fantastic art from all around the world. And that's amazing. And it's done not by some private corporation. It's done by the citizens that live right here on St. James Court. And they should be given a hand for all the work they do. But what that really translates into is that the largest area of Victorian houses anywhere in this country is right here in Old Louisville. And people get exposed to that beauty when they come here to see the St. James Art Show. And I know that when you came here today, for the reporters and media that maybe don't come here all the time, it's like when you drive down the court here, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. You have the fountain and the history and everything is here. And so when the St. James Art Show comes around, everybody in the neighborhood, they get fired up about that. They want to know, what can we do to help, and how can we make this a greater event the next year? And so I'm just honored to be the guy that happens to be the council person that's blessed to have St. James and the St. James Art Show here in my district. And so I'm blessed for that. But even more than that, we're blessed that St. James is in the city of Louisville. And the person that I want to introduce to you is the guy, the number one guy for the city of Louisville. And that is our mayor, the one and only, Greg Fisher.
Thank you, Council President James. I appreciate that. KO, looking good, brother. And you had a really long, distinguished line of people to follow there, and bold strokes, and just very well done. History will treat you well. Good job. Well, as we all know, when St. James happens every year, you can't help to come down here with a big smile on your face, and you're hoping to discover something that could be yours, a treasure that you didn't have before. And what you always know is you're going to find something here because of just the wonderful representation of artists from around the world that descend on Louisville and descend on St. James. It so much, in my view, kind of represents the soul of our city. There is no great city where you can't feel kind of the soul of a city through its arts. It could be visual arts, it could be performing arts, but it's really when you get the touch and feel of what a city really looks like. And to me, St. James is one of the preeminent events for that, and it's a way for us to brag as a city. When people come to Old Louisville, as President James just said, the largest collection of Victorian mansions in the country, and then when they come down St. James Court, it's magic. Not just the way it looks, but the buzz in the crowd as well. Central Park, it all comes together in a way where people brag about it, not just here locally, but around the country as well. So it's great that this is in the heart of our city. We take every opportunity we can to showcase the power of the art. Metro Hall, where my office is, we have that as a living art gallery in combination with the Louisville Visual Art. So anything we can do to support art and local artists, we're going to do. Equally important with the arts, we're really proud of Imagine Greater Louisville 2020 plan, because our focus for that was arts and equity. How can we make sure that we're showcasing artists from all parts of town here and raising our collective creativity as a result of that? And we're seeing just fantastic things that are coming out of the project with Louisville Visual Art and Greater Louisville 2020. Now, in addition to 700 artists here, I also want to say thank you to the St. James Court Art Show awards $52,000 in college scholarships to Metro Louisville high schools every year, which is a game-changing event for many of our great students. So I'm just proud to say I happen to be in this seat right now where we can say St. James showcases our city values, compassion, lifelong learning, all come together in such a beautiful, artistic way every year at St. James. So I just encourage everybody to block out October 5th to 7th, put there in artistic letters or put it in crayon, but say St. James Court Art Show is happening October 5th to 7th. It's one of the great weekends for our city. Come down and support our artists. Congratulations, everybody. Again, KO, great job.
Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And as Mayor Fisher said, October 5th, 6th, and 7th. And don't just come one day. Come the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Look forward to seeing you, and thanks again. Take care.